Good day, my friends. Today I want to make a completely analog flight with the excellent Black Square Baron Professional. I want to try a flight with the use of exclusively with the use of analog instrumentation. As you can see, I'm in Indonesia here on a very rainy and low visibility day, and this is the flight plan I have prepared from the city of Semarang to Boyolali, which is a short 40 miles route between those two cities. And as you can see, I will follow only analog procedure from the departure to destination, so only conventional SID and arrivals without the use of GPS and any computer aided instrumentation. So let's get in. Beautiful plane by Black Square. This is the best GA add-on in my opinion for Flight Simulator 2024 to date. And let's get started. So first of all, we can start up the plane. A bit of priming. Sorry, I forgot to set this for priming. Beautiful sounds. So I'm gonna start. There it goes. Very realistic movements and the shaking of the plane. So alternator, avionics master. Temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, so we don't need any chilling for the moment. This is standby, and the Matthew radar standby mode. Okay, surfaces, flaps, takeoff position. Let's warm it up a bit and some air inside the cabin. Okay, this is the departure airport SID. We will be departing from runway 13 for the wind conditions, sorry, and this is gonna be the SID, very simple runway heading then left turn to heading to the 114 outbound radio of Semarang VOR Alpha November Yankee, and then after getting to 1500 feet, a right turn to radio 120 of the same VOR to the Purwo 2 Charlie departure until Purwo fix. We don't have any GPS, so the Purwo, this waypoint, we have to know the distance between the VOR and this point, and we can find it in the, I don't know why, but we can find this in the other SID from sorry, wait a minute, the departure 131 departure, maybe this one. Yeah, here it is. This is the distance, the DME distance. We have the DME here, and it is 26 miles. And when we will be at 26 miles from this VOR, we will be in the position of hover at Purwo. So from here we will be starting a right turn to the next point, which is sorry, lights. So from Purwo it is a 180 heading to this NDB, Boyolali NDB, Sierra Oscar. So we can already set up it in the ADF here. We are still not in the range. Anyway, we are ready for getting the signal, and then from this point we will be on the way to Boyolali VOR Sierra Lima Hotel or Sierra Lima Oscar, and eventually from Sierra Lima Hotel, that is from here, we will be following this procedure. So it is a teardrop procedure. So outbound, heading 0908 until DME 8.2, then a left turn to intercept localizer, and then we should be good to land to runway 26 of this Adi Soemarmo Airport at Boyolali. Okay, so you can see that the meteo conditions are very bad. I've chosen a preset on the manual settings to mimic, to represent a very bad visibility. Here you cannot change the visibility like in X-Plane, for example, where I would have chosen a completely foggy day to simulate this blind, let's say, flight, but here we cannot do it anyway. This is enough. So if we can put this window over here, this is better. So the engine is warming up, the fuel is checked, is okay. We can turn on the weather radar, even if I think we won't be using it because there are not very so heavy convective precipitation. It's only visibility for this purpose. So taxi light on. So the first okay, let's go back to the SID. So we have to set this VOR on the radio 115.2 115.2 and prepare the outbound radio, which is 114, and this as you can see, the analog flight is very, demanding. It's time consuming. This is 1 2 3 4. It should be this radio. We can taxi to the runway. So this we can put it in alt mode. This is to understand where the main rain accumulation is occurring. Okay. Okay, sorry, I forgot to set the initial altitude. We have to so the what about the altitudes? There's not a minimum specified here, but we can take the arrival. So at Puro we should be at 6,000 feet, so it is safe. This is the minima for this area, so it's safe that we set an initial altitude of 6,000 feet, and we can keep this altitude until Puro before descending along this leg to, we can see here, to 3,000 feet. So 3,000 feet here, 2,000 feet here, and then down to the ILS. So all those data, all those numbers we have to prepare prior to start the flight, so we are aware about what to do, because everything is happening very fast. So if we have these numbers in mind before we are prepared. So get back to the SID. So we set the altitude here, and we arm the altitude so that the plane will stop at 6,000 feet. We also we have to set the QNH local. It is 1005 hectopascal, and the elevation above ground is where's the airport? Just to check the altitude. Okay, it's 11 feet, so this altitude looks like correct. In fact, we are at sea level. Yeah, let's go. We may have to make a backtrack. Now the visibility is too good for the purpose of this video. Anyway, we can go ahead and hope it is worsening. Here is the yes, it's pretty much windy. Whoa. Yes. The flaps is in the takeoff position. Cowl flaps are closed. Yes, we don't need to chill the engines right now. So we can turn on the landing lights, strobe lights. Pitot heat, we can set it on, and also we can turn on the fuel pump just for taking off. Plane is study level. It's completely everything is simulated, failures, all the systems. It's worth buying, in my opinion, for Flight Simulator 2024. It's also for Flight Simulator 2020. The wind is pushing my wing up, so we have to be prepared to counter roll the other side when we be leaving the ground. So I think this is enough for our takeoff roll. Okay, so the wind is coming from our right. So we will be rotating at approximately blue line speed, which is 100 knots. Flaps are takeoff. The propeller is full, mixture full. We won't be checking the magnetos, they are okay. So let's go. Initial heading, it is runway heading, and then it's a left turn until 1500 feet, and then right turn. Let's go. Okay, this visibility, I like it more. Very good effect here. Let's see. Okay, the wind is pushing. Very good flight model. Stick to the right. Red line. Blue line. Rotate, gear up. Flaps up. Propeller down a bit. Right, left turn. Okay, we are already on the 114 radio. Let's keep it. Precise, sorry, but it's very bumpy. Anyway, upon reaching 1500, we have to set this to 120. So right now, set all the nav mode on. So it is automatically getting to the 120 radio. Radio is captured now, so fine. So it's better we help us with the autopilot. We have less things to do. Okay, the 120 radio is being captured. We are climbing at a rate of 1000 feet per minute to reach 6000 feet, which will be our final altitude for this flight. We cannot see anything outside. Very good. And this is the weather radar. We have what we expected. Temperature inside the cabin is still fine, in case we can have our heater on. But for the moment we keep it at 20. Let's see if it's going down too much. So the altitude is armed to stop at 6000 feet. Nav mode, and this is the DME. The DME is telling us we are at 10 miles outbound the Alpha November Yankee VOR. So we have to go. We 26 miles outbound VR, and that means we will be getting to the Kurwo points here, but we can switch to the standard arrival from Kurwo to the airport. So 6,000 at Kurwo. From this point we will be descending to this NDB, which is already set up here, heading 180 at 3,000 feet. Dozen to go. We can lower our RPM. I've been a bit low with the manifold pressure. This is my fault. I could have increased it a little bit. 15 miles, just, you know, we have to keep an eye to this DME. We can also lean the mixture at this point to save some fuel. Here we have the lean manager, just to see the engine power. I normally base my leaning in the power, just to see, to maximize the engine power. Okay, starting to go down, so I've already passed the peak of power. So here, more or less. We are still having the landing lights on. We keep it on. The bumps can go down, and prop sync on. This is 21. $15 degrees is a bit cold, so we can start our heater and let some hot air get in. Everything is simulated in this plane. Very, very nice. Cabin temperature, this should be rising from now on. Here it is, 16. So 25. So we have to prepare to right turn. So heading mode and right turn to 180, and we have to align to the DME here. We overshoot it a bit, so okay, we should be good. And from now on we can start our descent at 3,000 feet. So vertical speed is going to be minus 700 feet per minute, engaging. is, for reference, is Boyolali 116.3, 116.3. Okay, and the radial, it is a radial 084 from this NDB, so we can set 084 already. 084, this is 90, 80, 85, 84 should be here. Okay. So what happens when we are more or less at this NDB, in the position of this NDB, we will intercept the 084 radial of Sierra Lima Oscar VR. So this is our distance reference to start our left turn, because we don't have any. Oh, this is 18.8. This is the distance, but we don't have any maybe DME for this point. Yes, just for reference. Anyway, we will be, this radio will help us in the left turn. And this is this DME is the distance here, this distance from where we are to the VOR. We can set our landing lights on, back again, and the fuel boost pump on. Also taxi on. No, sorry, they were already on. Everything is on. Temperature is rising a little bit too much, so okay. We are getting closer to the NDB, so still in heading mode. When this is getting to a minimum, we can start our left turn. Let's decelerate a bit. Already start the so we are 3,000 feet. Leveled. Okay, we are on the radio, so left mode. And we have to fly over at the VOR and then 4-seater, and this follow a 0908 heading outbound. We are already out, so 8 heading mode, 8.2, left turn down to 2000. We have anticipated this left turn too much, so we were already far from PVR, so we are on the final. So we can switch to the frequency of the ILS 111.5. Final approach cruise is 256, 256. Mode on. .7 degrees, okay, so the heater can get off position. Disoriented because I cannot see any glide slope coming in. Maybe in the last, turns, maybe something has gotten wrong, because this is not approaching up to 2,000 feet, and this is very, So let's go back to the 116.3 PR, which is a 7.2. 116.37 miles. Let's keep us calm and let's do it again. And back to 3000 for our safety. Okay, the glide slope is now okay, so we can approach the approach road. Captured. Is correct, so I think it's being captured. Mixture full, propeller up, and speed down to 120 blue line eventually. Outer marker. Gear down. Flaps 1 notch. There's a bit of turbulence. Try to keep the blue line speed. The autopilot has been disconnected. I cannot see the runway. Let's pitch down. Should be there. Okay, now we have the terrain in sight, so safe. Autopilot off. The runway. On track. Let's see should be over there. The visibility is very bad over the runway. So as you can see, without the GPS, it's very tough. Disoriented, and in case we have to abandon the landing attempt. Definitely have to very close to the terrain. You're up. Flaps up. Turn left, proceed to Semarang, Oscar VR 3000, or started by C, so 3000. Frequency. Until 8.2, and we will be back again to the final course. Get down to 1000 now. we have to trust the glide slope until we can see the runway threshold this time, hoping that there's no such big turbulence that that gets the autopilot disengaged again. Only above the airport, and it's very unlikely, but this is what we wanted to make the flight as much difficult as we can. So the glide slope now should be coming down. To shake. It's a bit, heater. Let's look captured. And now we have the runway in sight. We can prepare our missed approach altitude, again is 3000, and the rate of climb plus 700 feet per minute, and just in case, gear down. Autopilot is not so effects because we are a little bit low on the glide slope, in my opinion. So autopilot off, flaps down a notch. Let's trim manually to get too white, too red. Now it's okay. There's some crosswinds. Down another notch. Bouncing a little bit. Flops up. We did it. It was not easy. I thought it was easier, but you know, the important is to keep calm, and just in case we are missing the airport, the runway, follow procedures, do it again and again, following procedures, looking at charts, and you know, always being in the safe altitudes, and it's challenging, you know, but it's rewarding because once you are able to make a flight without any computer, any GPS aided instruments, it's, you know, you can say that you're able to fly the aircraft. This is a default airport of Flight Simulator 2024. You see the wind is blowing. We can park near here. brakes. Engines down. Good. Very nice, my friends. I hope you enjoy this video. It was kind of different compared to the, you know, what I'm doing lately, helicopters, panoramic scenery and so on. This was focused on the pure instrumentation flying, and the, you know, I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you again for following my channel, and see you to the next video. Bye bye to everyone.